Good morning. Hey. Thought the ceiling fan was on and there's not one. Must be the heater blowing.
Hiya.
Hiya. Say hi. Say hi. Get your eye out of the way. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
Say good morning. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. She's so sweet. Hey, good morning, everybody. So we're on our Big Magic book today. If you haven't read this book, read it. Yeah, she very well could be. We're going through this book really slowly and getting every bit of it that we can out of it. It's an excellent book. Really can't say enough good things about it. I have flipped through it, but I haven't read it cover to cover until now. But yesterday's reading was I pulled a card yesterday. If you haven't seen that, you can catch it on the replay. It is a big book. It may take us all year to get through it. It was the darkest before the dawn card yesterday. Growth assured or whatever. So I know that a lot of people are tired, including me, and kind of struggling with some yuck over the last few days. And several of us started a mantra, Aham Prema, which is the I am divine love mantra. And whenever you do that, whenever you start something new, you kick up another layer of junk. And even if you didn't start a new mantra, it's not surprising that we go up and down, up and down. That's what we do. We go up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah, several people are definitely not alone in feeling kind of yucky the last few days. I want to say since Wednesday, maybe, of last week, I started feeling kind of crappy. But you just got to keep going. Just stick with your daily practice. Do what you do. Be extra kind to yourself. Take a hot bath. Do something nice for yourself. Be gentle with yourself when you're going through the yuck. It's a normal part of the process. We have good days. We have bad days. The good news is our yucky time will fade and we'll feel happy again. And then we'll feel yucky again. And then we'll feel happy again. So, yeah, just letting the dust settle when you dump stuff upside down, you're going through changes. This kind of cyclical stuff is really normal. So, fortunately, yeah, just go sleep. Take extra naps. Get a massage if you can. Go get a pedicure if you can. If you can't do your own nails, yeah, eat delicious food. Make an extra effort to pamper yourself. If you have people that you can ask to, hey, could you pamper me and take me on a date or something, then that's great if you can. Yes, you have our full permission to hibernate until spring. So, I guess just my advice is don't give up. Keep going. Do whatever your daily practice is. Don't let this knock you off center. Permission granted. Ta-da! I wand you, hibernation princess. Yeah, we didn't get any snow. I thought we were going to, but be nice to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Make the effort to cook yourself a nice meal and set the table and use the good dishes and cook some really good food if that's what nurtures you. Do something nurturing for yourself. Oh, that's cool. That's more like Colorado style snow. Yeah, we haven't had that, but anyway, I know everybody's going through the yuck, so I just wanted to offer a little encouragement to myself and you guys. Just keep going. Don't give up. Keep going. Don't give up. Please do something nice for yourself today. If you have essential oils, it's a good day for an essential oil bath. Take some Epsom salt, throw some oil in it, stir it around, let it absorb, toss it in a hot bath. Yeah, just be extra kind to yourself. When you're going through rough stuff. That's all you can do. The most important thing is don't give up. I just want to say that. Don't give up. Keep going. So yesterday we were talking about that. Don't give up. This is normal. Darkest before the dawn. Blah, blah, blah. Do some extra mantras at a time when you don't want to do them. This is the time you need them the most sometimes. Dive into some extra love and just swoosh all the stuff on out. And understand that it's normal. We can get really tangled up when we're like, this is bad, this is horrible, I'm a failure, I must not be doing this right. None of that is true. None of that is true. It's just normal, cyclical, human stuff. It will pass just like everything else. So let's read about how ideas work. I don't know that men are different. I've worked with men for a really long time, and they have their own cycles that they go through. They're not as moon tied as we are. Thanks. My phone's ringing. Goodness sakes. Hold on. Let me turn off the thingies. He should know by now that this time of day I'm on camera. Oh, okay. So yes, last time the twins were very distracting as they are now. Then that's something to make decisions about possibly. Because it doesn't, his cray cray doesn't have to affect you. Yeah. Okay. We talked about ideas floating around. Okay, because I got worried for a second. Just make sure you're taking good care of yourself, please. Okay. Okay, ideas swirl around us. This is what we were talking about last time. Okay. And they're looking for a place to manifest through, and we can be that place. We can be that portal. That's what we were talking about. We were talking about being a portal for divine energy to express in the world. Like, ideas are floating around all the time in the ethers and looking for a place to express, and we can be that portal for an idea's expression into the world. We can bring that forth into the world, but we have a choice. We get to choose. So ideas swirl around looking for available and willing human partners. This is all ideas, scientific, religious, political, everything. When an idea thinks it has found somebody, say you, who might be able to bring it into the world, the idea will pay you a visit and it will try to get your attention. So, and to me, that looks like restlessness. So the grumpies that we're all going through absolutely could be some new ideas trying to find their way in. So staying quiet and being nice to yourself gives it room if it's an idea. So mostly you won't notice ideas trying to get in, right? This is likely because you're so consumed by your own drama, anxiety, distraction, insecurity, and duties that you aren't receptive to inspiration. You might miss the signal because you're watching TV, shopping, or brooding over how angry you are at somebody, or pondering your failures and mistakes, or just generally being really busy. The idea will try to wave you down, perhaps for a few moments, maybe for a few months, maybe even for a few years. But when it finally realizes you're not going to listen to its message, it will move on to someone else. But sometimes, rarely but magnificently, there comes a day when you're open and relaxed enough to actually receive something. Your defenses might slacken and your anxieties might ease, and then magic can slip through. The idea, sensing your openness, will start to do its work on you. It will send the universal physical and emotional signals of inspiration. Chills up the arms, hair standing up on the back of the neck, a nervous stomach, buzzy thoughts, a feeling of falling in love or obsession with a subject. Here, trade me. Look what I have. Trade me the balloon. We have a big Valentine's Day balloon that Avery loves, but Ashlyn's scared of it. So, look what I have. Veggie straws. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Woo! Veggie straws. Oh, yes. Oh yes, you can't go wrong with the veggie straw. You guys tried these? They're delicious. Hi Angela, I was watching your thing earlier. It was wonderful, as usual. Okay. So ideas okay, let's see. So you'll feel restless. You may feel, oh, they're so delicious. I know, you can just like eat till your head explodes. The idea will organize coincidence and portents to tumble across your path to keep your interest keen. Salt is delicious. You will start to notice all sorts of signs pointing you toward the idea. Everything you see and touch and do will remind you of it. The idea will wake you up in the middle of the night and distract you from your everyday routine. The idea will not leave you alone until it has your fullest attention. And then in a quiet moment, it will ask, do you want to work with me? At this point, you have two options for how to respond. When an idea is after you, you're waiting. You're like, hello, I am available for a fantabulous idea. Only two options. Here's the options when you get an idea. And remember, you've got to be quiet at least once a day, preferably a few times a day. Being quiet and meditating or mantraing or affirming, whatever it is you choose to do, so that you can hear those impulses, so that you can feel that little impulse. Roseanne wants 10 options. She's like, yeah, I'm not going to work with 2. So here's what happens when you say no. The simplest answer is to just say no. Then you're off the hook. Your idea will eventually go away, and congratulations, you don't need to bother creating anything. To be clear, this is not always a dishonorable choice. True, you might sometimes decline inspiration's invitation out of laziness, angst, insecurity, or petulance. But other times you might need to say no because it's truly not right. Or you're already engaged in a different project, or because you're certain that this particular idea has accidentally knocked on the wrong door. I have many times been approached by ideas that I know are not right for me, and I've politely said to them, I'm honored by your visitation, but I'm not your girl. May I respectfully suggest you call upon, say, Barbara Kingsolver? I always try to use my most gracious manners when sending an idea away. You don't want word getting out that you're difficult to work with. Whatever your response, though, do be sympathetic to the poor idea. Remember, all it wants is to be realized. It's trying its best. It seriously has to knock on every door it can. So you might have to say no, and when you say no, nothing happens. Mostly, people say no. Most of their lives, most people walk around day after day saying no, no, no. Then again, someday you might say yes. And here's what happens when you say yes. If you do say yes to an idea, it's showtime. Now your job becomes both simple and difficult. You have officially entered into contract with inspiration, and you must try to see it through all the way to its impossible to predict outcomes. You may set the terms for this contract however you like. In contemporary Western civilization, the most common creative contract still seems to be one of suffering. This is the contract that says, I shall destroy myself and everyone around me in an effort to bring forth my inspiration, and my martyrdom shall be the badge of my creative legitimacy. Which takes courage to see it through. If you choose to enter into a contract of creative suffering, you should try to identify yourself as much as possible with the stereotype of the tormented artist. You will find no shortage of role models. To honor their example, follow these fundamental rules. Drink as much as you possibly can, sabotage all your relationships, wrestle so vehemently against yourself you come up bloody every time, express constant dissatisfaction with your work, jealously compete against your peers. The jealous competition thing is highly destructive. Yeah. Begrudge anybody else's victories. Proclaim yourself cured, not blessed, or cursed, not blessed by your talents. Hi, Nina. Attach your sense of self-worth to external rewards. Be arrogant when you're successful and self-pitying when you fail. Yeah, the Tower card. Honor darkness above light. Die young. Blame creativity for having killed you. Does it work, this method? It does work until it kills you. So you can do it this way if you really want to, but I'm not sure this route is especially productive. Yeah. Or that it will bring you or your loved ones enduring satisfaction or peace. I will concede this method of creative living. Oh, it's a great book. Can be extremely glamorous, and it can make for an excellent biopic after you die. So if you prefer a short life of tragic glamour, you guys gotta see this. Down there, they got their veggie straws on the floor, and they're having a great old time back there. Can you hear them? Yeah, veggie straws. Rock on with the veggies. Okay, let's not do it that way though, okay? I've always had the sense that the muse of the tormented artist, while the artist himself is throwing temper tantrums, is sitting quietly in the corner of the studio, buffing its fingernails, thank you, patiently waiting for the guy to calm down and sober up so everybody can get back to work. Because in the end, it's all about the work, isn't it? Or shouldn't it be? And maybe there's a different way to approach this. Here's the different way. So technically, there's 3 options. The different way is to cooperate fully, humbly, and joyfully with inspiration. This is the do without doing. This is letting life reveal itself to you instead of you going out and knocking stuff over and being the bull in the china shop and wrecking yourself and everybody around you. Taking a breath, sticking with your daily practice, doing the little things that you can do every day. This is how I believe most people approached creativity for most of history before we decided to get all la boheme about it. You can receive your ideas with respect and curiosity, not with drama and dread. You can clear out whatever obstacles are preventing you from living your most creative life with the simple understanding that whatever is bad for you is bad for your work. The clearing out process is, I believe, what we're all going through the last few days. We do a lot of heavy-duty work here, and I know you guys do work with other scopers, and then you do your own work at home. And when you are doing that much work, things are going to be cleared out. And that process is not pretty. It's not comfortable. It makes you want to give up. It makes you get a bad case of the fuckets. It makes you just want to quit. Well, that's what resistance would love for you to do. Resistance would love for you to quit. Yeah, it's not. But it's okay. It's part of it. It's how you get more clear and more creative. You've got to get the junk out of the way first. You do pure bar, which I've heard is extremely painful in the beginning. So the pain of spiritual growth and living a creative life is the same as muscular pain when you start a new workout program. A new workout program makes the muscles of your butt hurt. A spiritual program makes the muscles of your heart hurt. It's just training. You're just in a training period. And it's painful. But you don't quit working out if you want results. You don't stop lifting weights even though your biceps burn. Yeah, it's the same. It's just we can't see it. We see it in synchronicities. We see it in our lives changing, but there's a time gap there. The muscles of your heart hurt in the beginning. You've been training for 40 years. Well, shit. Okay, it's the same. If you give up, then your heart muscles don't get stronger. Just like if you give up weight training, then your arm muscles don't get stronger. Or your butt, or whatever it is you're trying to train. Try 50. Oh, yeah? Okay. So, do you know what you can do? You can dare to be pleased with yourself. sometimes with what you have created. You could dare today to be freaking proud of yourself. Ooh, I turned 50 in November, Angela. I can't wait. I'm so excited about it. I actually want to do something for my birthday this year, and I usually don't. You could be proud of all the work you've done that's kicked up all this stuff for you to process through. You could be proud of that. It's hard work, and most people don't even bother. Most people quit. Yes, excellent. Be proud of yourself for your daringness. You are daring greatly. Be proud of that. Pat yourself on the back and say, you know what? Most people are quitters, and they don't, when the shit gets hard, they stop. And I'm not stopping, and you're not going to stop me, resistance. I'm going to keep going, even if all I can take today is a half a teeny weeny toddler baby step. If that's all I can do today, then that's what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to stop. If a project doesn't work out, you can always think of it as having been a worthwhile and constructive experiment. You can resist the seductions of grandiosity, always moving forward, always. You can resist the seductions of grandiosity, blame, and shame. You can support other people in their creative efforts, acknowledging the truth that there's plenty of room for everyone. You don't need to go counting followers or hearts or likes or tweets and retweets. You don't need to engage in that. You can measure your worth by your dedication to the path, not by your successes or failures. So you can celebrate your strength and your courage and your worth by the fact that you show up every day, not by whatever results you're getting or not getting. You can battle your demons instead of battling your gifts, in part by realizing that your demons were never the ones doing the work anyway. Thanks for the shares and the hearts, guys. I don't say that enough. You can believe that you are neither a slave to inspiration nor its master. Yeah, when we battle our demons instead of acknowledging them for what they are and letting them just exist until they fade away, we waste our creative energy. We waste energy that we could spend taking a nice hot bath and waiting for some inspiration. I keep saying hot bath because we don't have a bathtub right now, and it kind of bums me out. I want a hot bath. I might have to go to a hotel just so I can get a hot bath. Actually, I could take one down here if I wanted to fish all the toddler toys out of it. Oh, hot tubs. Yeah, they're fantastic. Measure your worth by the fact that you show up every day and you do something. You can live a long life making and doing really cool things the entire time. Maybe you earn a living with your creative pursuits, or maybe you don't, but you can recognize that that's not the point. At the end of your days, you can thank creativity for having blessed you with a charmed, interesting, passionate existence. That's the other way to deal with ideas, and it's totally up to you. So, an idea grows. So, back to her story of magic. Do you remember she was telling us the story about how she had this great story idea about the highway attempt in the Amazon last time? Yeah, this is a wonderful book. So, she had this big idea. The idea seemed epic and thrilling to me. Wow! Here. I felt inspired to write a novel about the efforts to build that ill-fated highway. I guess it's time for a refill. This is our commercial interlude. My name is Michelle Wolf, and this broadcast is brought to you by Veggie Straws and the A-Team and CaddyshackDesigns.com, where you can find out about everything about me. Here you go. Hey, she gave me the bowls to refill and then ran away. Here you go. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Whoa, here. It's right here. Here. It's right here. It's right here. Here, baby. Here. Here, baby. Do you want this? Yeah. There you go. See? Sister doesn't have your bowl. Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. They have good manners. Yesterday, or the last time I was here, Ashlyn said, "More, please." It was so cute. And she says thank you, pretty clearly. And Avery says thank you, but you can't understand it. It's just the it's the sound. You're welcome. Okay. So she has this great idea. She took a contract with her idea. Yeah, so cute. I promised the idea I would never fight against it and never abandon it. I then did what you do when you get serious about a project. I cleared space for it. I cleaned off my desk. Literally, that's a good thing to do on down days, is to just clean. Clear your desk. Clear out your email box. Clear out your friends list of people that aren't really friends and you don't have a connection to. Just do a little clearing out physically in the physical world while you're letting your internal changes settle down. Yeah, just keep going. Yeah, clear some stuff. So she committed herself to several hours of research every morning. She made herself go to bed early so she could get up at dawn and be ready for work. I said no to alluring distractions and social invitations so I could focus on my job. So she does all this stuff. She starts the research. She buys index cards. And in that space, more ideas began to arrive and the outline started to take shape. I'm going to paraphrase this section because it's just, who the characters are. Yes, perfect. Declutter and then... Go away, Kelly. Those little chat heads popped up. Declutter in preparation of what's coming through you or what's trying to come through you. So if you're not feeling good the last few days, like a lot of us have not been feeling good, pray and clear out and clean and ask yourself, is something trying to come through here? What wants to happen here in my life right now? And I'm ready. What do I need to do? Journal. Yeah, clear your head out. Journal all the petty stuff you feel. If you feel petty stuff, I generally feel kind of sorry for myself when I get in a place like this where I feel kind of a lot of self-pity. So I just get all that sorry for myself stuff out on paper and kind of clear my mind. Yeah, talk to your fear. Talk to your grumpy self with kindness. Okay, so she, is getting all these details. She's got synchronicities going on. I wrote a book proposal and sent it to my publishing company. They liked it and they even bought it. Now I entered into the second contract, a formal contract this time with notarized signatures and deadlines and everything. I got to work in earnest. But then, it's like on ice road truckers when they're driving and they're like, and suddenly. You notice all those reality TV shows do that? Things are going along and then they're like, but then. It's all dramatic. A few months later, however, real life drama derailed me from my pursuit of invented drama. Suddenly. On a routine trip to America, my sweetheart Felipe was detained by a border agent and denied entry into the United States. He'd done nothing wrong, but Homeland Security put him in jail anyway, then threw him out of the country. We were informed that Felipe could never again come to America unless we got married. Moreover, if I wanted to be with my love during this stressful and indefinite period of exile, I would have to pack up my entire life immediately and go join him overseas. So, this I promptly did, and I stayed abroad with him for almost a year as we dealt with our drama and immigration paperwork. Such upheaval does not make for the ideal environment in which to devote oneself to writing a sprawling and heavily researched novel about the Brazilian Amazon in the 1960s. So I put Evelyn away, that was the main character, with sincere promises that I would return to her later as soon as stability was restored. She put everything into storage, went and joined Felipe, and started working on that mess. So she decided to write about that, what was going on currently in her life. And that book, out of that experience came the memoir, Committed. I don't know if you guys have read that. That's a book about her, this process that she's talking about, Committed. I want to make clear I don't regret having written Committed. I'm forever grateful to that book, as the process of writing it helped me sort out my extreme anxiety about my impending marriage. But that book commanded my attention for quite a long while, and by the time it was done, more than 2 years had passed. More than 2 years that I had not spent working on Evelyn of the Amazon. That's a long time to leave an idea unattended. I was eager to get back to it, so once Felipe and I were safely married and back in the U.S., I retrieved all my notes out of storage and got ready to get started. Right away, however, I made a most distressing discovery. My novel was gone. An idea goes away. Allow me to explain. I don't mean that somebody stole my notes or the crucial computer file had gone missing. What I mean is that the living heart of my novel was gone. The sentient force that inhabits all vibrant, creative endeavors had vanished, swallowed like bulldozers in the jungle, you could say. Sure, all the research and writing I'd completed was there, but I knew at once it was just an empty husk of what had once been a warm and pulsating entity. I'm pretty stubborn about sticking with projects, so I prodded at the thing for several months, trying to make it work again and bring it back to life. But it was useless. I was poking a stick at a cast-off snakeskin. The more I messed with it, the faster it fell apart and turned to dust. I believed I knew what had happened because I'd seen this sort of thing before. The idea had grown tired of waiting, and it had left me. I could scarcely blame it. I had, after all, broken our contract. I'd promised to dedicate myself completely, and then I had reneged on that promise. I hadn't given the book a moment's attention for more than 2 years. So what was the idea supposed to do? Sit around indefinitely while I ignored it? Maybe. Sometimes they do wait. Some exceedingly patient ideas might wait years or even decades, but others won't, because each idea has a different nature. Thus, the neglected idea did what many self-respecting living entities would do in the same circumstance. It hit the road. Fair enough, right? Because this is the other side of the contract with creativity. If inspiration is allowed, to unexpectedly enter you, it's also allowed to unexpectedly exit you. Hey, I'll call you as soon as I'm done. I know you tried to call and I totally ignored you. If I'd been younger, the loss would have knocked me off my feet, but at this point in my life, I'd been in the game of imagination long enough to let it go without excessive struggle. I could have wept over the loss, but I didn't, because I understood the terms of the deal and I accepted those terms. Sometimes you just have to let it go, right? If it's dead and it's gone and it was a great idea that you just didn't grab fast enough, you just got to let it go. Don't beat yourself up. Don't rage at the gods. All that is nothing but distraction, and the last thing you need is further distraction. Grieve if you must, but grieve efficiently. Better to just say goodbye with dignity and continue onward. So, most of all, be ready. Stay open, because if one idea came to you, another one will too. There's millions and millions, and there's unlimited potential for ideas. So losing one doesn't mean, well, that's it. You screwed it up. You're never going to get another one. That's not true at all. You will. You just have to stay open to it. So trust in the miraculous truth that new and marvelous ideas are looking for human collaborators every single day. Ideas of every kind are constantly galloping toward us, constantly passing through us, constantly trying to get our attention. Let them know you're available. And for heaven's sakes, try not to miss the next one. So I'll stop there. The next part of this book is her running across, and we'll talk about it, but I'll probably condense that section down. That idea went on to someone else. So at the time that she was writing the book Committed, because she was off, overseas, the Amazon Jungle Book went and showed up in someone else's inbox. Your glass is empty. Oh no! If you hold it flat, you'll get more out of it. There you go. You see? Good job. I can't believe they've left us alone all this time. So we'll talk about that and the interesting process where she I haven't. Has anybody read Committed on here? Glass is empty. I'm going to go ahead and go because Heath needs me to call him. And so back to listening for creative ideas, letting ideas know that you're available. They're doing so great today. And being kind to yourself when you're try not to label this a bad time. It's just a time. It's it's a time, just like happy is a time. It's a point in time and space, and I love you very much, and I'm going to send us all love and send us all Reiki, and so we can... and we're going to sing! Yay! Ashley? Hey. Say hi.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Look at that. We can't feel grumpy at that. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yeah. Okay. I will see you tomorrow. Take good care of yourself. Do something nice for yourself today. Even if it's just make yourself a nice... Give yourself a round of applause. Because who doesn't need that? I'm going to refill it right now, sweetie. You want me to refill it? Okay. Yes, I will. All right. Love you guys. See you tomorrow for Byron Katie and Dowdy G stuff. Grab this book if you can. It's wonderful. And we'll keep going through it little bit at a time. These are like nurturing concepts, and I don't want us to go through it too quickly. I don't want to go through it too quickly myself, because I have a bad tendency to skim. So thanks for joining me, and for the hearts and the shares and all the wonderfulness that comes with your presence here every day. I appreciate it. Yes, Ashley is the best for giving herself a round of applause. So yay us. Yay us. We show up every day. All right. Love you. Oops. Okay. I love you tons. And now I'm going to try and stop it instead of just turning it around.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.